Well, that was uh, that was a long winter. It's good to be back. Welcome back to episode number 8 of Passport to Poland. We are here with Slask. We are finally in February into the transfer window. It's been a journey since you were last with us, which was the Piast game. We beat Legia 2-1. Goals from Stiglic finally and Bennett. Then we played Lech and won 2-0 at home. Placheta and Ratchets get themselves on the score sheet, and then picked up a draw to take us into the winter break against Cracovia. 2-2 draw. Kierre Wright coming back from injury and scoring a brace. Played a bunch of friendlies. Lost most of them. I didn't manage any of the friendlies because it wasn't worth it. You want to keep the team fit. The only big one was against FC Copenhagen, which we drew, which was quite nice. We've had a few people in on trial and things. So, generally speaking, things seem to be going quite well. Looking at transfers, because I've made a few. Look at the outs first, because a few players have left over the window. So Filip Markovic has left his £49,000 to Proleta, which I think takes him back to Serbia. He wasn't playing for us really, so it just seemed sensible to get rid. Again, another one went Matthias Mojka. He's gone to Sassuolo in Italy, which is a very weird transfer. He wasn't playing for us at all. He didn't really have particularly strong potential. So I'm not entirely certain how he's ended up in Serie A. Answers on a postcard, because I didn't see anything particularly in him. But they offered us, £7 rising to 8.5, so seemed like a no-brainer. Matthias Radecki, a guy who I thought I'd use more, hasn't actually played for us this season. I thought he was actually a decent player, but his contract was up. It seemed like a good idea to let him go. Apparently he's our fourth best central midfielder, but I never found a use for him in the team, or was our fourth best. So he's gone to Khabarovsky, which is in Russia, in the Russian First Division, but 44,000 came in, so that's always a bonus for a player we weren't using. And Jakub Lubozko, who we have used, wasn't getting in the side necessarily for various reasons. So I decided to let him go out on loan because he was starting to complain about lack of game time, so he's gone to play in the Portuguese second league. Which seems below his level, weirdly. In terms of the ins, there have been a few. I think Caetano was the last in I showed you. A few of these, a lot of these I think I showed you, but they're just kind of coming as backups. We probably won't see much of them. Toby Amole came in. He was released by Arsenal. Just because I wanted a few more players under 22, so I didn't have to register them. A few players I could cycle in. Doesn't have great potential, but we'll see how he goes. He's not costing us a lot, so we'll just keep an eye on that, really. Same with Daniel Atherton. He could develop into sort of our second choice keeper. Just another young backup option who came up. He came out of Liverpool, was released there. Bruno Oliveira, we might see today. He's kind of coming as our second choice, third choice right back. Lucas Brosh wants to leave. Just kind of want a ready-made replacement. There weren't many options available, so I just went with this guy. Took up a spot on the registration, but Brazilians sometimes pay off even when they've come from the Brazilian third division. We'll see what he's got to offer us. It might be something, might be nothing, but it's kind of roll of the dice. Stefan O'Connor's coming as a centre half, ex Newcastle, MVV, Arsenal. Could have the potential of. I think he's better from the numbers than his coach report suggests. He's going to sit in our second team for a while, but he will get rotated in. Harry Charsley came in as well as a midfielder, central midfielder. He plays in the attacking midfield role, which makes him a really good backup there for Gasca, because Levy's legs are going. Lechas isn't quite ready yet, so he's just there as kind of an option. We'll see if we can develop him, maybe sell him on for a profit. He's coming from Everton, and he looks like a decent prospect, all things considered. This guy Fredson, a centre half, came in. Again, he was kind of preemptive backup. The window's open. I'm expecting Celaban to go. There's a few offers in for him. Pavelec is more of a left back than a centre half. James Collins, his legs are going. So again, just wanted to bring in that little bit of backup there. And he's got good pace, which is quite useful for us to have around for the game. And then Simon Shubik came in right at the start of the window. His potential is lower than it was when we scouted him, which is a worry. But we know King Simon, we know what he can do, we're going to give him a chance. So today we are playing Lecce in the first game and then Pogon, and hopefully we're going to have ourselves a good day. I actually haven't set up the team, so we're going to do that really quickly as we go through this, just so I can see where things are at. See what the selection... Oh, also, Alkiere Wright, I have secured at the end of his contract, he's coming in permanently, I forgot to mention that. I think I also brought in Schwerman, who's been on our bench. Again, I think he can develop into something special, so we're gonna try and keep hold of him. And there's a few of the other loanees I'm sort of waiting for wage budget to open up, so we can see if we can bring them in at the end of their contract. What's the selection advice today? The selection advice is to stay with the same team. That seems largely logical. One thing I am going to change, because Aaron Levy is definitely not fit. He's going to come off the bench, and we're going to give Simon Shubik a chance if I can find him, to see if he can impress. I mean, he's not really fit. He's played in a lot of the friendlies actually, but I don't foresee us taking Alkiere right off in a hurry. Otherwise, everyone looks fully fit. Hipper maybe will swap him out for this game, give Fredson a chance, just because I don't want to have too many players who aren't fully fit on the bench. Chubik I can kind of handle. Finnison, he's the kind of second option on the bench for central midfield, so that'll be fine. Right, let's get into the game. Give those two players squad numbers, because apparently that's important. Do we have any magic squad numbers going on? Simon Shubik's getting number 10 because heroes wear 10, and number 19 there for Fredson. That will do us nicely. Into the game, let's see what we can do, guys. I've got high hopes for this game. I want us to carry on the form we were showing before the winter break, which I'm hoping we can. I know things have been slightly weird during the friendlies. We've lost to a lot of teams who were definitely smaller than us, but also I brought in so many trialists that it was mostly trialists playing. Assistant manager, he's got them motivated. That's good times. Everyone seems to be roughly fit. Into the game, boys. Let's see what we can do. I'm feeling this. Us in the green, Lecce in the white. Oh, let's hope and pray, boys. Hope and pray. I think we can do this. Let's do the useless encourage shout. It's, as always, completely useless, but it makes me feel better knowing I've given them a little bit of encouragement. Apologies for the delay between videos, by the way, guys. I've had a couple of hand-ins for uni. I thought I should probably, do that work, because that felt important. Placetta into the box, has a crack from a tight angle. Bennett gets a header. Nothing comes. They've had more shots early on than we usually let teams have early on. Halovnia isn't quite fully fit from that injury he picked up either, so he'll probably be back for the next game, I think, maybe shortly afterwards. Sobiec has picked up the ball running through though, and we really need to defend here. He was hopeful. I'm not sure if that was a cross, a shot, or if he had some kind of seizure, but it was something. Like I said, guys, I really want to see if we can do something more to push on here. Let's get creative. The fact that we've secured Wright and Sherman, I mean, it was Schwerman, we will see more of Schwerman definitely going forward anyway. Knowing we can develop Wright into the player we need him to be is really comforting. Helps us going forward. A lot of the young players I brought in, the ones I didn't necessarily show you, they do have some potential. A lot of the Scandinavian youth do have a lot of potential to come through, so we'll see how they develop, and as they come into the team you will obviously see them. Placetta's got the ball, cross in. Oh, Bennett heads it straight at the bar, and that's over again. I think that's twice we've hit the crossbar now. There's not a lot of great performances coming out of the team either. It's been a bit of a nothing game so far, which is great for video length, but not so great for actual performance, and that's what we really care about. So we'll do that. Bennett and Wright aren't having great games, so we might actually see Chubik at some point. Ledley with the cross in, header, goal for Alkiere Wright, and just as I say, we might have to have a look at Chubik. It's like he heard me, it's like he responded, and what a response, what a goal, good boy. Great corner from Joe Ledley, finds Wright at the back post. Kushak couldn't save it, and that's all I really care about. I'm assuming that's pronounced roughly the same as Kushak, but Polish is not a language I speak, so it'll be fine. Things are looking okay so far. Dankowski is looking a bit tired, so he might be worth considering taking off. But also Mason Bennett not really performing. Let's put Masondra on for Bennett, because we know he can do a job. Can he play inside forward? Not brilliantly. Let's make him a winger. Placetta's still an inverted winger, which is weird. One change at a time. Let's not go too crazy. Because otherwise things will fall apart, because that's how they go. Let's take off Dankowski. I'm going to bring on Schwerman instead of Lucas Brosch, I think. Schwerman's not really a right back by trade, he is more of a centre half. But if Brosch wants to leave us, I'd rather start developing Schwerman and see if giving him game time helps improve his performances, helps improve him as a player. And I think our final stop, Joe Ledley's having a blinder. It feels like a madness to take him off. Let's take off Rakic and we'll bring on Fredson. We can save Tube's debut for the next game because he's not ready yet, really. And Wright scored, so there's no point taking him off. And I think if we can hold on to a 1-0, I'll be actually fairly happy, given it's not been a great performance from us. You know, it's workmanlike, I think, is the term. A workmanlike performance from us. This is final whistle. There we go. Schwerman actually had a fairly respectable game for a sub, so we'll allow that. Anyone else have a fairly respectable game coming off the bench? I mean, Masonda not really, and Fredson wasn't on long enough to get a rating. But it's a 1-0 win, so a 1-0 win is what we'll take. Also, I'll tell you, for the game, we were in third, and we'll still be in third after that game, which is actually pretty good stuff. Only 1 point off the top. It could become 4 points, obviously. Rakov and Zaglebi, who are both supposed to finish below us, could potentially extend that gap, but it's going to be fine, I think. Lech they'll recover their Poznan, that's what they do. Joe Ledley gets some praise because he's Joe Ledley, and for 33 he's actually really guiding the team. And it's 10 unbeaten in the league now. Right, I'm going to do a quick seamless cut and we're going to come back for game number 2. And so we're back with game number 2 and we're playing Pogon. Nothing much has changed, I think, since the last match. I've been out and come back since then, so let's have a quick look. Oh yeah, I got rid of a couple more players. Shebal, he's gone out on loan to Stomil anyway, so he has gone to play in the league below us. Goalkeeper, I think, was 3rd or 4th choice, nothing we were going to use. And Eric Esposito has left us on loan. This could be a big one. I might have made a mistake here, because he's joined Shaglebi, which, you know, he wasn't a player we were using. He has only come off the bench for us 5 times, but they're also above us in the league. And yeah, as I recall, he may actually have been pretty much good enough for their first team. He hasn't played for them yet, but I'm pretty sure he's better than Rock Cirque. But we'll have a look at Rock Cirque just to be sure. We'll have a little scout of him just in case. But I've got a weird feeling he's actually a better striker than him, so we might have just gifted them some goals. I mean, he's only had 3 goals all season for them, so yeah, that might have been a mistake. But it's fine. Mistakes happen. We're all good. Other than that, nothing much has changed. There's been we brought in Alexander Jankovic on loan. He is Swiss, but probably Polish as well, with a name like that, if I'm honest. Yeah, he looks like a decent little player. He's not quite in the first team, but he can play almost anywhere. So I may give him a spot on the bench. He's literally just come in, so we'll get into the team selection, and we'll see if we can find him a place on that bench somewhere. Feels like taking Zivilic would be off would be harsh. I think we'll take Brosch off because he gives us least options. You know, logic. And if I can find this lad here, Jankovic. Yeah, extra options, because we've got Schwerman who can play right back, we've got Halovnia who can play left back, we have Fredson there as the centre half on the bench, although I could put Hipper back in if I want to. We'll give Fredson another go. Anyway, this is the starting lineup with Kuszak in goal, Dankowski, Rakic, Puerto and Stiglic at the back. Halovnia's back and fit, so we're going to see if Stiglic can keep up his form. He is better on paper on average this season, so we'll see if that keeps up. Matty Longstaff, Joe Ledley, Mason Bennett, Damien Gasca, Placetta, just made it for this game. He picked up a knock during the week. It was touch and go whether he'd be ready for the game. Literally got the message saying he's ready to play just before the game. Otherwise, it was going to be a debut for one of the young lads. And then Okiere Wright is starting up top with Fredson, Schwerman, Masonda, Chubik, Jankovic, Zivilic, Charsley, Holovnia and Finson on the bench. Lots of players on loan, but some of them are going to become permanent. You see, we've got 2 new players because they need numbers. Any numbers that stand out there, I'm going to give Charsley number 7 because he's got that kind of number 7 role covered. Number 60 for Jankovic. There you go, he's being given the high numbers, which is fine. I do think he's a quality player, Jankovic. I think if he's a player I can find a way to keep permanently, I probably will. Anyone in their team we recognise? Nunes, he sounds familiar because there's lots of Nunes. Ricardo Nunes, South African, 11 caps. He's been around a bit. Played for Benfica. Yeah, he's probably alright. Anyone else that really stands out? Triantafilopoulos. That's a name, isn't it? That's a name right there. Ex-Panathinaikos. He could be interesting. No one I'm excited about. It's a top average rating. Let's have a look at this guy. Kozosh. Bosnian international. He could be good. Played for Split. Okay. There are some good players in this team, is what we're learning. Gaston Camara, one of the many Camaras, ex-Brescia. Played for Inter, Modena, Bari. Whoa, he could be good too. That's okay. They're 10th in the league currently, so we're doing okay. We've got the same team we've had most of the time, so we'll see if we can keep it up. Skip the little line-up. We're not there for the criminal records, so we will show some passion from the start because encouraging doesn't work. And there we go, straight with the passion. 5 minutes in, Ledley with the corner. Headed clear. Is it going to come to one of our players? Not. We're going to VAR. We're going to VAR for a penalty. We've got the penalty. Beautiful. We've moved up to second just by getting a penalty. Joe Ledley, can he tuck it away? Oh, saved. I think that's the first time he's had a penalty saved all season. Oh, danger. Ledley with the corner though. Can he make up for that? Good cross in. No one's on the end of it there. Oh, Placetta, he hammers it in at the bottom corner. To think he almost didn't make the starting line. I've changed his role for this game as well. I've made him an actual winger rather than an inverted winger, right? Because it suits him better, and I didn't think it made a lot of difference tactically. So he has popped up on the right wing for reasons not really understood by anyone. That's entirely fine. He scored a goal. We don't care. 4 shots on goal, 2 on target, 78% of the possession. We are currently top of the league, boys and girls. Currently top of the league. That is a good day, and we have got a free kick on the edge of the box now. Who's taking this? Probably Joe Ledley. No, it's Dankovsky. What can he do? Takes a shot, tipped over the bar by the keeper, Mikkel. And we've got another corner with Joe Ledley trying to make up for that penalty miss earlier. Can he get a good corner? And he can. Oh, Mason Bennett gets in. I thought Puerto got that in. I kind of went by in a bit of a blur. That will make it 11 in a row, apparently. Let's have a look at the replay, see if we can see what happens here. So Ledley gets the corner in. Puerto heads it down. Mason Bennett just goes sliding in. Basically stolen the goal there. He's kind of tried to kill the goalkeeper. And, yeah, stolen the goal. Drop some praise. Praise always works when they need to be happy. No, it doesn't. Matthew Longstaff hates me now because I said they were doing well. You know, I'm just pointing out the obvious, boys. Let's not get overexcited. Let's demand more, because more goals. I like more goals. More goals is an idea. Another corner. Dankovsky can whip it in now. Where's that going? Bushka. Is that Bushka got it in? It's got that VAR ref look thing. He's checking to see if Placetta was offside for his second goal of the game. Just a touch. If he just left it, it would have gone in anyway. Can't help feeling that would have gone in anyway. But still, we are 2-0 up at half time. 2-0 up is nothing to be sniffed at. Let's get into the second half, and I am going to try and get Simon Shubik on in this game to see if he can get a goal. Dankovsky to Longstaff. What have we got here? Ball in. It's been going really well recently. I like that we're just consistent. Not spectacular, but consistently winning matches. I mean, 11 in a row is nothing to be sniffed at all, but it's not dominant. But obviously the tiki-taka, we don't go all out attack. We don't go looking to score 10 and it's right heads it over the bar. But we're getting good performance out of the team. Joe Ledley, having said that, Joe Ledley needs to buck his ideas up. So we're going to tell him to get creative, because Joe Ledley does creative well. I also want to kind of avoid Ledley getting booked. So he's probably going to come off on the hour before he picks up that yellow card that gets him suspended. His performance is dropping anyway, so we'll try that. We'll bring on Zivalic, because Zivalic is actually pretty decent back here. Feel like Longstaff can play box to box. We'll do that. I think we've made this switch a few times before. Just put them in the natural roles, make them a bit more comfortable. We'll see what happens. Akira Wright's not actually having a good game, so it's not even a tough decision to bring on Chubik instead of him. I think we're also going to see Charsley for the first time, because Gasker is also not having a good game. Stiglitz puts the ball forward. Wright's heard me say he's having a bad game. He's going to score now. Oh, he hasn't, but Nunez has picked it up, and that's cleared. And let's make that sub now, because he should have done better with that. So we're going to bring on Gasker, or bring off Gasker, bring on Charsley, and then we're going to bring Akira Wright off. Saying Jankovic should go up top, but we know it's Simon Chubik. What is Charsley's best position up top? He can just a like-for-like swap, and Chubik is of course a poacher, because that's what the king does. King Simon is in business, he's in play. Can he get a goal on his debut? That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Comes off the bench, gets himself a goal, makes himself an instant hero again. Nunez, ball forward to Manias. Back to Nunez. Thought he'd be dangerous, but you know, let's get the ball off him. Kozos, again, another player we thought might be dangerous. Let's do some defending, guys. Oh, what was that? Kushak's having none of it. None of that messing around on the flank. Picks out this guy, takes control of the ball, slows the game down, gets the ball to Stiglitz, and now we can build an attack from the back. Ball forward out there to Placheta. Placheta having a bit of a blinder. Flicks the ball in to Bennett. Mason Bennett heads it in low, bottom right-hand corner. Good goal, 4th of the season, and we are just flying now. 3-0. Let's see if we can shout some praise with anyone reacting badly to the praise. It's a great ball down the left. Placheta did really well to take that around the inside of his man. Sees the open man at the back post moving in. Bennett just nods it down. Thought Chubik was going to be in there, but we're not going to complain, because his time will come, his goals will come. They're fired up by the praise. 19 shots on target, 73% of the possession. Oh, what a game, what a game. This is what I like about this team. We're doing really well now. They are just performing. Just everything to the best of their ability. Charsley and Chubik haven't really got in the game yet. Dankovsky's had his 3rd yellow card of the season. No suspension, but hopefully we won't get punished from the free kick. And it'd be nice if we could get creative off the back of this, because we do want to see a Chubik goal. Not gonna lie, it's not gonna come, is it? But it's fine. He's made his debut. The King has made his debut. Charsley's made his debut. Good day all round. Good day all round. 3-0 the final score away at Pogon, and that should, I think, confirm us at top of the table, right? I know we were dependent on. There we go, top of the table, and can't even be upset because everyone around us has played. So Shaglebi, they brought an Exposito. He didn't score. Did he play? Be interesting to know if he played. He did come off the bench. Did alright, but that's fine, because like I said, top of the league. Top of the league, 22 games played. As a reminder to those who may have missed it earlier in the season, we obviously play 30 games in this stage of the season, so there's 8 games to go after this one, and then we play in the Champions group to decide who the champions are. We take our points forward. If we're top of the league, we can start pulling clear. This is basically a formality, that 7 games there. So that looks good. Also, prize money, 1.42 million for winning the league, will go a long way with our finances being murky at best. I mean, the projection right now, it won't save our financial season, but it would do quite well. Charlie's made his debut. There we go. Let's get the press conference, get that done. We'll have that reward, thank you. Victory for your side, made it harder for them. Yeah, well, whatever. How much of an impact do you think they had? Say some odd decisions. Why have we adopted it? Because it works. Because it works is the answer. Collins Tannell's caught the eye. Did I sign him in the end? I think I tried to bring him in, and then he wanted way too much money for a player that was essentially someone I was developing. Give Mason Bennett his due props. There you go. 11 in a row without losing. I think that's a good place to end the episode, guys. 11 in a row without losing. Can't say further than that. If you've enjoyed this video, please do hit the like button, hit the subscribe button to stick around for more content, because there's some YouTube stat that apparently 70% of people who watch don't subscribe, and why would you want to be one of those people when you could be one of the cool 30% that do subscribe? And also subscribe, because it makes me feel good. Also smash the notification bell, because then it tells you when I upload videos. I mean, there are people who have smashed the notification bell who've seen this before you, which means not only are you not getting the notification that it's come out, but also you're behind. So why? Why would you do that? That's not cool. Come on, guys. Also, check out the old socials down here. Twitter, Insta, Patreon. I will yell your name out if I see a Patreon thing coming on, because that's what it's there for. There are some perks. It's all detailed on there. Go and check it out. Otherwise, guys, until next time, I have been Chasing Lamely. You have been you. Thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you next time. Have a good one.